It's your boy Top Dog Fitness, because I'm not an underdog, respectfully. Um, if anyone ever called you an underdog out there and you didn't like that, I understand, and that's where the name come from. Well, today, I basically came to talk about patience. Um, I know what it's like to be working on something and patiently waiting for it to develop, or patiently waiting on God to show up as well. So, and I don't take notes, everything's at the top of my head, but I did have an idea of what Bible verse that I want to read with you guys and go off quotations. So, Psalms 40, we're going to be in Psalms 40, right? Um, like I've stated before, I'm not religious. This is all spiritual. This is all my faith. I believe in God, and, you know, it's a spiritual thing. But with that being said, if you find yourself in a storm or in a strange season and you're like, I've been patiently waiting for God, I've been patiently waiting for God to show up and things of that nature. Well, Psalms 40 is a great Psalms for this topic, right? It says, I, Psalms 40, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust and who do not look to the proud, to those who turn aside to false God, right? So that was Psalms 40, 1 through 6. We're going to continue, right? But it said, we're going to go over it. It said, I patiently waited for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. I know so many of us are patiently waiting for the Lord, right? We're patiently waiting for the Lord to um, open up a door. We're patiently waiting for the Lord to bless us or, deliver us out of a situation that we're in. Some of us could be in a storm right now, right? Uh, we're still in the new year. We're still trying to process a lot of new things, right? Some of us are transferring over our storm from December to January and still transferring a storm from January to February, right? So, I know that you're patiently waiting for God to do something. And I'm a strong believer in uh, you got to do your part, right? You have to do work. You have to show up. You have to still do your part. You have to still go to work. Um, let's say, for example, it's bills that you're waiting for the Lord to help you with bills. I mean, I strongly suggest you still go to work. I strongly suggest you still do your part and show up. It's like anybody in the world. Nobody will reach out a hand to you if they don't feel like you're trying to do anything to better yourself. You know, God, the Lord, the Father, will definitely show up if He sees your faith. Your faith is, hey, I'm going to open up this Bible. I'm going to do my study and I'm going to pray. I'm going to connect with God. And also, your faith relies on how you act, how you perform out there. Are you going to work? Are you doing the things that you say that you want to work towards? What are you doing at your part? Faith is my how I feel about faith is an overall work. You have faith in the Lord, you have faith in God, you have faith in the Bible, you have faith in the scriptures and all that things, but you have to do your part as well, right? You have hope for God to deliver you from this. You have hope from God to making all your dreams a reality, a real thing. But what are you doing on your part for your dreams and goals to be a reality? Yeah, I hope someone can understand where I'm coming from. Um, but we're going to continue here. Um, we're in Psalms 40 and we're in verse 6. Many, many, O Lord, my God, are the wonders you have done. Take things you planned for us. No one can recount to you. Were I to speak and tell them, there would be too many to declare. Right? So if I were to speak and declare of the things that God done for me, or the things that God done for us, it's too many to declare. It's too many to speak of, right? So let's continue. Verse 6, Psalms 40. Sacrifice and offerings you do not desire, but my ears you have pierced. Burnt offerings and sin offerings you do not require. Then I said, here I am. I have come. It is written about me in the scroll. I desire to do your will, O my God. Your law is within my heart, right? I proclaim righteousness in the great assembly. I do not seal my lips, as you know, O Lord. I do not hide your righteousness in my heart. I do not hide your righteousness in my heart. I speak of your faithfulness and your salvation. I do not conceal your love and your truth form. I do not I do not conceal your love or your truth from the great assembly, right? So basically, not hiding the wonders of the he's not hiding the great things that God is doing. He's not hiding the Lord's righteousness. He's not hiding the blessings. He's out there proclaiming the things that God do. Out there proclaiming, you know, I proclaim righteousness in the great assembly. I do not seal my lips, as you know, O Lord. I do not hide your righteousness in my heart. Right? That's because if you remember, he's back in the beginning of Psalms 40. I patiently waited for the Lord. He turned to me. He heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit and mirror. He lifted me out of the slimy pit and mirror, right? So that's why he's saying that I do not hide your righteousness. I proclaim the great things you do, because he was in a slimy pit and mirror, and the Lord pulled him out, right? While you were in that while you were down bad, right? While you're down bad and hurting and showing up to that crappy job and doing the things that you had to do, God came through and lifted you out of the slimy pit and mirror. So what did you do? You proclaimed it. You told the world about it. You know, I mean, that's what God would love us to do, to spread the good word, tell people about the good word, all those things of that nature, right? So when God lifted when God lifted the person out of the slimy pit and mirror, he proclaimed it. He did not hide the righteousness, right? So do not withhold your mercy from me. May your love and your truth always protect me. For troubles without number surround me. My sins have overtaken me, and I cannot see. They are more than the hairs of my head, and my heart fails within me. Be pleased, O Lord, to save me, O Lord. Come completely to help me. May all who seek to take my life be put to shame and confusion. May all who desire my ruin be turned back in grace. May those who say, Aha, aha, be appalled at their own shame. But may all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation always say, The Lord be exalted. Yet I am poor and needy. May the Lord think of me. You are my help, my deliverer. Oh my God, do not delay, right? May the Lord think of me. I am poor and needy, right? So, a lot of us, like I said, we're carrying on the storm from 2024 on to the new year, right? Today is officially Friday, right? February 7th. And what? You know, February is not a long month, and we're still carrying over those burdens of last month, or those burdens of last year. And if you're a strong believer and you have faith in God, He will pull you through. I mean, He's pulled me through many times. I'm pretty sure He has pulled you through many times as well. Um, you see me, someone that's standing here. God has clearly been in my life for a very long time. A very long time. I am a very blessed individual. He pulled me out of slimy pits in mirror before. Um, there was times that I didn't think I could make it, or I would make it to see the next day. God has definitely pulled me out of places that I didn't think I would make it. Man, there's so much things, but I don't know what season or what time you find yourself right now, but don't lose the faith, don't lose the hope. Keep showing up to work. Keep doing your part. Keep reading the scriptures. Keep praying. It can be hard. It can be hard when you're working you're working a job maybe 5 days out the weeks, and you have personal goals and personal things that you're working on, and it can be hard. It can be hard. There's days that I want to read at least a verse a day, and some days that I don't even touch the Bible, and it can be hard. I understand. Life can be hard. Doing a lot of things that we want on a daily basis could be difficult because we deal with so much on a daily basis. But keep the faith, keep the hope, stay positive. Um, if you ever find yourself in a low energy or in a low vibe, give yourself a second, take a step back, regroup, recalculate your steps, keep the faith, uh, stay positive, keep the hope, and